The 2014 BNP Paribas WTA Finals have already delivered some blockbuster action, so it was no wonder that even heavy rain on day 3 in Singapore couldn't dampen the spirits of several thousand expectant fans. Top of the bill was a head-to-head between the top two in the red group, as Serena Williams, the defending champion, took on Simona Halep, appearing in her first ever finals. Both players had won their opening matches, but that's where the similarities ended as the most extraordinary 20 minutes unfolded. Halep broke Williams in the opening game of the match. And in a flash, helped by some woeful serving from the world number one, the diminutive Romanian had dismantled her more illustrious opponent to take the first set 6-love.
She hands Serena Williams, the 4-time season-ending champions titleist, her first bagel set since big sister Venus shut her out in the third set some 6 years ago. It's all Simona Halep in Singapore.
6 double faults were indicative of a woeful display from Williams. Halep, though, had no such problems.
She just misses wide, and Williams finds her way finally. 37 minutes into this matchup. There's a digit next to the world number one's name.
It proved to be only a temporary threat, as the 4th seed broke again 2 games later.
By Simona, breaking Williams for a 5th time.
With just over an hour on the clock, Halep found herself at match point. Another Williams error, and cue the celebrations, albeit tinged with a hint of disbelief.
As she has finally conquered the best player in the world. Serena Williams' 16-match win streak ends at the hands of the Romanian's top player, and she shined bright tonight.
Williams, who at times during the match searched in vain for an answer, was gracious in defeat, her heaviest since 1998. But few can argue that this was a rare occasion where she was simply outclassed.
I'm just here playing, but I'm not nowhere near 100%. But that has nothing to do with today's match. I think Simona played really well. She's played the best match of her career. And to be quite frankly honest, I'm looking forward to our next meeting.
From today, I played really well, and yeah, like I said, wasn't her best day probably, but you know, I did my job on court. I was very aggressive, and I served very well. So I'm enjoying this moment. It's one of the best moments in my life, and I have to be happy.
The crowd had barely caught their breath when Eugenie Bouchard and Ivanovic walked onto court, both looking for their first win of the competition. Much like the day's early game, though, one player completely dominated the opening set.
It's nice to see some positive emotion from Ivanovic, because Kevin, for a few years there, it was almost tough to watch her play because she was so down on herself.
Ivanovic racing into a 4-love lead and producing some exhibition quality shots. It was advantage to the Serb as she took the opener 6-1. Bouchard in desperate need of a change in momentum to avoid an early exit from the finals.
Great early take back, a shoulder turn. Can't tell which way she's going to go.
Once she makes that choice and commits that transfer weight you were speaking of, she really muscles it through the court. 16th winner, saves 2 break points.
An improved second set showing wasn't enough to stop Ivanovic, though, as the 7th seed cruised towards victory.
It's been quite a long, full season for Bouchard.
15-0.
20-year-old Bouchard had no answer to her opponent's much improved form. Ivanovic sealing the straight sets win to revive her tournament hopes.
Game set match, Ivanovic.
Ivanovic rights the ship after the disappointment alluding to Serena Williams in straight sets on opening night. She finds her way to a win in the red group and her first ever victory against Eugenie Bouchard.
Definitely frustrating. You know, I think it's a bit of the same story. You know, missing too many routine balls. But, you know, once I was in the point, you know, I felt like I did a good job, you know, trying to play my game, trying to be aggressive. But, you know, she was playing some solid tennis as well. And when I had some chances, you know, I didn't take them, but she also, you know, went for them and kept her ground.
So after 2 matches, Simona Halep is in the driving seat in the red group with 2 wins from 2. Ivanovic and Williams need results to go their way to spoil the party for Halep. The American is back in action tomorrow night against the already eliminated Eugenie Bouchard. Wednesday also saw the beginning of the doubles tournament, with 2 semi-final places already secured. Ala Kudryavtseva and Anastasia Rodionova were the last team to qualify for Singapore, but they produced a superb display to shock last year's runners-up Ekaterina Makarova and Elena Vesnina. The Russian duo will face Peng Shuai and Shea Su Wei in the final 4 after they saw off Spain's Garbiñe Muguruza and Carla Suarez Navarro. Tomorrow sees the white group take centre stage again. Opening day winners Agnieszka Radwanska and Caroline Wozniacki go head-to-head. And world number 2 Maria Sharapova looks to get off the mark against Petra Kvitova. That's all before Williams returns to court to resurrect her chances. But as day 3 showed, anything can happen at the WTA Finals.